Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Welcome Neighbor. My name is Chief. I'm one of the owners of Fairmont National Agency here in town. For those of you who don't know, we're an agency here in town, been in town for over 120 years. I'm originally here from Martin County, and I've always had an interest in all the people that we meet here from Martin County. So over the next few series, we're going to interview some people so you can get to know them as well. Today we have with us Aaron and Elizabeth Lowry. They're newcomers, so welcome to Fairmont, Martin County. We know you're new to the community, so why don't we just start off by introducing yourselves a little bit and what you guys do and what maybe brought you here a little bit.
I'm Elizabeth Lowry, and I am a special education teacher at the junior-senior high school, and that's actually what brought us to Fairmont was job recruitment. We have 4 daughters, very active in sports, and
I am Aaron Lowry. I'm actually a software architect. I work from home. My hospitals are out in Washington, D.C. So it was easy for us to move up here with Liz's job.
Awesome. And it was a recruitment, you said? So they found you. Where'd you come from? Where were you at?
So we lived in Spirit Lake, Iowa, and I was teaching at another district in Minnesota, and one of the teachers that I went through our Masters of Special Education program, Melinda Chambers, contacted me when COVID first hit and we were all teaching from home, and she's like, hey, we have an opening for an emotional behavioral disorder teacher. Would you be interested? And I was like, sure. We were doing this mental challenge of bettering ourselves and trying to make the best of COVID, and that was one of the challenges I put to myself is when new opportunities arrive, let's see what they explore.
So the job brought you, and that's good. So what are some of the things that maybe did you guys come check it out first and that kind of thing? What were some of those things that maybe brought you in too?
Yeah, so one of the big things that we've always kind of believed in is that teachers should live in the community that they're in and be involved and really help. That helps build a really good community in the school system.
Perfect.
So that was one of the big things for us. So yeah, first I grew up in Spirit Lake, Iowa, and honestly had never been to Fairmont except for one basketball tournament, and I've never been. So I was like, yeah, well, we probably should go up and look at it before we make a decision. And,
absolutely.
And drove around and everything was nice, and we knew some people up here, so that helped.
Okay. What did you like about it?
I liked how that the community itself, it was small, but it still had that feel of Spirit Lake with that lakes and all of the activities. And we're a very active family, so just knowing the activities that we had and the opportunities that we had was kind of what brought me up here.
Okay, Perfect. And you said your kids are all in sports.
Yep.
What are their ages and what sports are we all in?
We have 4 daughters. Tiffany is a sophomore and she does cheerleading. She does basketball and softball. We have twins, Michaela and Mackenzie, who are 8th graders right now, and they did cross country, basketball and softball. And then our youngest is Alyssa, and she's a 6th grader, and she is into soccer, basketball and softball. So
outstanding. And you help coach some of this, right?
I do, yes. That has been a great thing since moving here for me to get to know people and get to know the kids and everything. I coach through the school. I coach junior high basketball, girls basketball, and as well as softball. And then I also take over some of the summer coaching or travel basketball as well. That's awesome. Been great.
Yeah, it keeps you involved in the community, keeps you busy.
Yeah,
very
busy.
Yeah, that's crazy how it goes. So you're out. Your job is your hospitals are in Maryland,
yes,
and DC.
Maryland,
do you ever have to go out there
DC.
and visit or do any of that kind of thing?
I used to have to go out before COVID, maybe once, twice a year. And now that COVID hit, because of me, everybody went remote. So now we don't have to worry about going out at all. So we can just stay here. I don't travel.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's about the best thing. It's awesome.
That is good. Okay, so since you've moved here, you guys have been here. This is your 2nd year here, so you're fairly new still, to the area. Do you guys get outside of, what have you found in not just here in Fairmont, but maybe around the county too, or what's some of your favorite things that you found so far?
So our daughters love the open skate that we have in the winter. They just, our oldest and our youngest are like, can we go to open skate for the ice skating? And I'm like, absolutely. I'm not an ice person, so I like the frozen lakes. I'm not much of that, but I do look forward to being able to go fishing this summer on the lakes.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, it's been more of the outdoors kind of exploring, trying to see, learning to kayak is kind of my goal this summer. And so for myself.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. What about you?
For me, I love the sidewalks. It sounds dumb, but I love to run, right?
Okay.
And so there's not a lot of actual trails. There's just a small trail, but otherwise almost every road has a nice sidewalk that's nicely paved, and you don't have to worry about twisting your ankle or hitting dirt or anything like that. That's the first thing I saw when I started running around the town.
That's awesome.
Was that they have nice sidewalks everywhere.
I never realized that.
Yeah, right? Like you
Yeah.
wouldn't. Like that's
Yeah.
one of the dumbest things to think.
I
But,
hate to run, so it's okay. Yeah, you know, I'm not a huge fan, but you know. Well, that's good to know though, that I won't trip and fall.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I like that. I like it a lot. So, have you guys got outside of? Have you found anything else out and about that any restaurants or anything like that you found?
We like, and as odd as it sounds, is we like the ranch because he'll get his all-you-can-eat fried fish, and I'll get my prime rib, and that's kind of like we've set that to like about once every couple months. It's like a little date night for us.
Perfect.
And we'll go there and leave the kids with their Domino's pizza.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, my kids they always want to go to the pizza ranch. They like the buffet. You know, it's like, okay, here we go, one more time. So, well, that's awesome. So, has there been any like any one experience so far that maybe you guys have were like, God, this was really a great decision and we really like it here, and whether it's at the school or like you said, the sidewalks or even some of that kind of stuff, have you had much of that you can think of? I know it's right off the top of your head, so yeah.
Yeah, for me, one is, and you know, but last April, Liz was diagnosed with leukemia, and the outpour of support from the community and the school and people we barely knew was amazing. We had people who'd offered to pick the girls up from school because we were up in Rochester doing chemo, or they brought over food or stuff like that to help out, and that was something I never would have expected with us just moving in. It wasn't like we were here for a while, so that was amazing.
Yeah, it seems we have a lot of that. I feel in the area too, where it's everybody. It's not one person or the other person. Everybody, we'll try to look out for everybody. That is one of the nice things about the area. I 100% believe that. Too, even when I don't know if you made it up to even over in Sherburne when the Jansen boy had died from that heart defect, and the outpour there was unbelievable as well. So I feel blessed in the area to have that here. It's one of our major assets,
Right.
I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
There's definitely a feel of family. Even when I returned to work, like everybody kept checking in on me. Hey, how you doing? Do you need a break? Do you need anything? And the students themselves, like some of the students I hadn't met yet because I teach special ed, so my clientele is limited, but the amount of students, especially our upperclassmen, that, hey, Mrs. Lowry, how's it going? How you feeling? And that was just huge for me, like that, and having Mayo Clinic right there, having awesome, amazing doctors like readily available. It made us realize, like, because you always question, did we make the right decision when you move? And when we got here and all of that happened, it was like, yeah, this was the right decision. This is family. Like, now this is like our community.
Thank you guys so much for coming in today. This was awesome. I learned about the sidewalks. That was great. and I guess I did know about, I was always hopeful that, with the people in the area, and then you just cemented that for everyone here in Martin County and even just the Fairmont community as well. So thank you guys again for being here. It was great to have you on. It was awesome.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time on Welcome Neighbor.